she has a pretty special way of rising to the moment. I think, you get to see it every day in practice. But those big time situations is where she really shines. It's what she lives for. And, I'm pretty excited that she's on my team.
Heaven Hill.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to ask, what did you like from Dee Richards tonight? She checked in pretty late in the game, and she came up with a few defensive stops and some nice plays of her own. What did you see from the rookie tonight?
Yeah, Dee Dee's energy was huge. I thought Dee and Rashonda both really were tide changers. When they came in, the rebounding changed. The pace of the game changed. We really got out and ran. Dee did such a good job spraying the ball around, making passes. That one where she danced around, got a steal, came down the other end, hit a little pull up. She's gonna be a really nice piece for us. And I think the further into the season we get and the more comfortable she gets, people are going to be pretty surprised that she was there at 17.
Jackie Powell.
Hey, Coach. I'm just wondering how you would assess the defense between halves.
Yeah, I mean, what's really interesting is, from the sideline, it feels so brutal. All the offensive rebounds. I mean, we gave up 19 offensive rebounds. We held them to 41.6% shooting from the field. It's hard, I think, in those moments to understand how good the defense really was in terms of forcing the types of shots that we wanted to force. The problem was obviously the offensive rebounds. And again, that I don't think was always on the bigs. A lot of the time it was on our guards, not cracking down and really being aggressive, crashing. I thought we had some pretty good performances. We had Sab had 6 rebounds. Sammy had 5. Betnijah had 5. Michaela had 5. With Michaela at the 4 spot, at the quad spot for us, I mean, she's got to get more than that. Our 4s are going to have to be hyper aggressive, getting those boards, as are our guards. But from a defensive perspective, in terms of team execution, I thought it was pretty darn good. We forced a lot of long contested 2s. Didn't give up a lot of open looks from 3. And, really it's just a matter of now cleaning up that offensive rebounding.
Would you describe it as gritty? Like, were you able to see that grit that you've been talking about?
Yeah, no question. I think we saw it in spurts. I think there were times where we looked passive, maybe. We weren't as aggressive, and we didn't have as much swag as I would have liked defensively at times. I think for the most part we did, and we were small and we are thinner at our post depth right now. We have to remember that we have Natasha Howard and Kia Stokes waiting in the wings, and that changes the way this looks dramatically. But I thought Kylie gave us really good minutes. She played her butt off. I thought, there were a lot of possessions where she was kind of getting caught between stopping the ball and we were getting hit on those screens a little bit, and then getting back behind McCowan, and McCowan was just able to get deep possession. I mean, she's just a handful. She's really good. She's really big and strong. And I thought, all things considered, Kylie did a pretty darn good job. And as I already said, Rashonda came in and gave us great minutes, and I thought Joyner gave us good minutes too.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Erica Ayala.
Thank you. Coach, going off of what Jackie was asking, I wanted to ask how you liked your matchup against Indiana points in the paint. So not just what they were able to get, but also how your team played in the paint. And then if you could also talk a little bit about Betnijah Laney and the game that she had for you, but also what you'd like to see from the bench as far as players coming in and giving you maybe a few more points from the bench. Thank you.
Yeah, the points in the paint we definitely discussed. I mean, that comes back to the offensive rebounding. It wasn't like we were giving up a bunch of penetration and layups. We weren't giving up a ton of rolls in pick and roll. It was putbacks. It was offensive rebounds that really hurt us there. Second chance points was 22. So that's pretty massive. As far as what was the second question?
I wanted to ask about Betnijah Laney. She gave you a lot of points, obviously 30.
Yeah. B was pretty fantastic. I got asked before the game who would be the surprise that people should look out for, and I said Betnijah immediately. 4 of 5 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, and some stellar defense. She's a really, really special addition for us. And to go with all that, the intangibles are through the roof with her. She's a really good leader, really good teammate, extremely coachable. We lucked out that she chose us in free agency. We really did. And then I think you asked about the bench. That was the other thing. Yeah, we're going to have, as we go through this and get players back, we're going to find our groove with that. Tonight we tried to intersperse and keep the starters as healthy as we could in terms of minutes, but we really wanted to have that shooting and cutting and stuff that our starting lineup was giving us. And I thought the bench did a great job of coming in and defending and doing their best to hold leads. I thought in the first half, we lost a little bit with the second group. And then in the second half, they were much more effective. But again, it's hard. I got to go back and, watch kind of where our breakdowns were on those offensive rebounds and kind of diagnose how we can address that for this next game.
At the 3, coming up with ball screens, making passes. So I think that, a lot of the things that I focused on, kind of showed up tonight. And so I'm just happy about the win.
All right, next up we have Jeff Magliochetti.
Thank you, Betnijah. Congratulations on the win. Thank you for joining us. So how did it feel tonight to see everything you guys work on in training camp come to fruition tonight? And where do you think you guys excelled the most in terms of what you focused on in camp?
We focus on, getting to the rim or, knocking down the threes and a little bit of mid-range. So I think that we really excelled at that. We got to the rim and either got fouled or made layups. And then, we were really good behind the arc tonight. So I think that, those focuses for us, they really panned out tonight.
We asked you this morning about how great it would be, or this afternoon, excuse me, how great it would be to start off 1-0. So how great does it feel to get that elusive win, to get that elusive winning record? And what can you say about the energy on display on Brooklyn tonight, even without full capacity?
I think it was really good, especially, missing 2 of, our potential starters. So for us to hold down the fort and be able to pull out a win tonight, I think it's really good for us and for Brooklyn. So I'm really, really excited about our team and everything that, we'll be able to do in the future.
Appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tim Crawley.
Hey, Betnijah, congrats on the win. When you first came here back in February and had your introductory press conference, we talked to you then about your improved three-point shooting last year and how that would fit into the system this year. So how rewarding was it tonight to come in and immediately make an impact in that aspect of the system?
It was really good. As I said, it was something that I focused on in the off season and, have been able to excel at in training camp. So for it to, show up on the court, and when the lights are on, it was really good.
Alex Strum.
Hi, Betnijah. It's nice to meet you. So post-game, I asked Coach who he thought would go off, and he said you. And another thing he said was that he thought not enough had been made about your acquisition, about your signing with the Liberty. Do you feel like it kind of went under the radar, that not enough attention was given to your move?
I mean, that's not something that I was looking for. I wasn't looking for attention signing with New York. So, I mean, I don't know about that, but I'm just happy that I'm playing under somebody who believes in me and everything that I have to offer, and is backing me.
That's fair. And if I can follow up, I feel like I have to ask: was there a little bit of extra motivation tonight? It was talked about a lot to go out there and compete against the team that cut you last year. I
mean, yes and no. Like I said earlier in an interview, like I'm gonna come out the same way against everybody. Just trying to stay aggressive and playing my best. And tonight it just happened to be against my former team. So I just want to build off of that energy and continue to play hard and just play at my best.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Ben
Thank you.
Pickman.
Hey, Betnijah, just take us through your vantage point on that final possession, what you saw, and does anything that Sabrina does surprise you at this point? What did you make of it?
No, it was really good. We executed exactly what we wanted. We got the shot that we wanted, and she's a great player. And so for her to be in that position and then knock it down and hit that game winner, it was really good for us. And we look forward to having her do a lot of great things this season.
Karina Mustafa.
Hi, Betnijah. Congratulations on the win. So we knew you guys would be undersized going into this matchup. And something that we've noticed is, this team has been out rebounded in this game. And so how do you kind of work around that, especially when the other team is so good on those offensive rebounds?
I think to just, to know that, what they're going to do. We knew coming into the game that they were going to offensive rebound. We knew coming into the game that we were undersized, but just trying to manage that, the best that we could, just cut down on those offensive rebounds and, using our size to our advantage, being smaller than being able to, be a little bit quicker and everything. So, we do need to clean that up, especially going into the next game. We can't have those, the same turnout. But again, I'm happy that we pulled it out.
Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Cortland Griffin.
Hello, Betnijah. This is Cortland Griffin with a 3-point conversion. You had 20 points in the first half tonight. You came out on fire. You ended with 30. It seemed like all of your shots kind of got the team's energy up. Was that something that you fed off of and that you went back to the bench and kind of hyped the girls up with?
Yeah, it always feels good when you have people behind you, backing you, and just supporting everything that you do. And, that's just energy for me to feed off of. So I really appreciate, each and every one of my teammates.
And did Coach Walt, did he encourage you to take more shots in the first half? Because it seemed like every time down the floor, you were finding your shot, even if it was a difficult one.
Yeah, he told me to get my shots and everything, but it was also my teammates finding me as well as the way that the defense was playing me.
All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next question, Howard Migdal.
Betnijah, congratulations on the win. I'm wondering if you could take me through before the game. This was obviously a big move for you and making the decision to come here. When was the moment that it kind of felt real to you? In the moments leading up to it? Is it a moment that happened once the game started? Just wondering when that happened for you.
That what felt real to me? That I'm in New York, you mean?
Mm-hmm. That this is a thing that you have planned months in the process is finally happening.
I think even just me getting here, me coming into market, after I got back from overseas and just, being in practice and everything, doing my individuals, I think that's kind of when it hit me that, I'm here, I'm where I want to be. And yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Miles Ehrlich.
Hey, Betnijah, great game tonight. You scored from all three levels, hitting 4 shots from within 10 feet, 3 shots in that 10 to 20 foot range, and then 4 more from 23 feet. What were you seeing from the defense that allowed you to get those looks from everywhere on the court?
Initially in the first half when I'm shooting threes, I think some of them came from transition, just them not finding me quick enough. And then, just trying to play off with the defense, just doing, playing off of what they gave me.
Danny Barlavi.
Hi, Betnijah. Speaking of defense, obviously you've made quite a name for yourself off of your defense. And yeah, I was just wondering how you felt about the team's defense in the win tonight and what takeaways will you stress to your teammates as you look at film, et cetera?
I think we were pretty good defensively. We stayed aggressive. We got them to take shots that they wanted. I think the main thing, as we spoke of before, is just to make sure that we're boxing out. I think a lot of their stuff came off of second chance points after we're staying grounded initially, and so I think that we've been really good. And I just try and give my energy defensively, and we just came together.
2 more, Erica Ayala, then Jackie Powell.
Thank you. Betnijah, I wanted to ask you if you had an opportunity to watch the 144 and or if you had any just thoughts about the film that was able to capture in part a lot of what you and the other players went through in the wobble.
I think it was really good to see, you know, what everybody was going through and for everybody else to kind of understand, you know, what goes into what we do and just being in the bubble and the, you know, the toll that it took and, you know, why we were there, you know, everything that we were standing for, you know, our reasons behind, you know, wanting to play outside of basketball. And so I think, you know, they did a really good job of portraying that.
Hey, Betnijah. I was just wondering if you could sort of give us the sights and sounds in the locker room, just sort of celebrating that final sequence.
You know, we were really, you know, happy, especially because, you know, Coach spoke of before, you know, just kind of people not really expecting much of us. And so for us to come out and, you know, start the way that we did and, you know, those big moments, those big exciting moments, you know, we were just really excited and really happy and just grasping, you know, the win and embracing everything that came with it. So, you know, everybody was happy.
Thanks so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Doug Feinberg.
Hey, Sabrina, congrats on the win. I mean, it's fitting you're wearing that jersey with the night you had in the fourth quarter. Was there any point in your rehab you dreamed that this would be your comeback game, that you would hit the game-winning shot and score the final 8 points and lift your team to the victory?
I actually, not gonna lie at all, dreamt about it last night. I try and not think about basketball too much the night before game because I get nervous and don't sleep, but I 100% had envisioned hitting a game winner. And so when we were tied and walking into the huddle, I just was smiling because it was almost like too good to be true. I was like, I'm going to hit this. If the coaches drop a play for me to get the ball, my coaches, believed in me, my team believed in me. I was just ready for the moment. You know, I've been waiting a while to get back on the court. And so just so happy that we were able to get this win.
Christina Williams.
Hey Sabrina, how are you? Congrats on your win tonight. You kind of got a slow start tonight offensively. Can you talk about that momentum switch in the second half for you and what it felt like to play in front of fans as well?
Yeah, awesome playing in front of fans. I've definitely missed that. They helped us. You know, they were electric, and so excited to get more fans here and our families here. And you know, maybe some will call it a slow start. I think, you know, not playing in 10 months, you got to really figure out, you know, your rhythm, get back into a little routine of playing a live game. And so, you know, I was just happy for my teammates stepping up, being able to catch some passes, you know, getting stops on defense. Everything that we did early on helped us down the line. And we ended up, you know, grinding out a win.
Just want to remind you guys to put your full names as your username so I can identify who you are. Next, we'll go to Jeff Magliochetti.
Sabrina, thank you for joining us. Congratulations. I was wondering if you're comfortable, of course, if you could please describe to us the raw emotion and feeling you felt stepping on a game court for the first time in 10 months and to feel the rush of Brooklyn, to feel the rush of fans, and just to officially complete your professional comeback.
I was just smiling, honestly. I was so excited to just play. You know, I think, you know, in the last couple of years, I get nervous a lot and there's so much pressure. And I think now it's like, I was just so happy and blessed to be healthy and doing what I love. And so going through the layup lines, going through all the little things that, you know, I might have taken for granted before, I did not tonight and I will not moving forward. And so I'm just honored and blessed to be able to do and play the game that I love, do what I love every single night. And obviously super proud of this team and the fact that we were able to get a win and my first win in the WNBA.
Speaking of that first win, you guys are 1-0. The team has a winning record for the first time since September 2017. You guys emerged from the bubble with your moral victories, but how great is it to get that win, to start 1-0, to start this Brooklyn era on the right note?
It's amazing. I mean, the belief that this organization and the coaches have in us shows, we're playing for them, we're playing for each other, not only ourselves. And so, I think you can talk and, once you get a win and you see that stuff's working, there's a lot more confidence that you have going into the next game and going into the season. And so this was huge for us to get at home. We needed this, I think, more than anyone. And we're excited. We're really excited to go back and play them at their place and then just start the season.
Appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Denise Gonzalez.
Hey, Sabrina, how are you? Denise Gonzalez from Made for the W here. So first things first, I love your jersey, by the way. It gave me chills when you walked in front of the camera and was wearing it. But today's game, talk about your pregame outfit and the shoes you were wearing tonight.
I think as soon as I received this jersey, months and months and months ago, I knew this was going to be my first game day jersey. The shoes, I just thought they were really cool. One of my favorite shoes, but I wasn't really sure what to wear for the first game. I think there was just this kind of idea before, like I wasn't even worried about what I was going to wear. And so it kind of was just a last minute decision with everything else, but this jersey was going to stay on regardless.
Thank you.
Shar Taylor.
Hi, Sabrina. Congratulations. Can you talk about how you felt in the fourth quarter when the team fell behind versus how you felt when you hit the game-winning shot?
Yeah, there was so much time. We knew they were going to go on their run. I think it was good for us. We needed to face a little bit of adversity, and they were going to go on their run. Basketball is a game of runs. And so we knew they were going to go on their runs. I think coaches did a great job of just staying composed, telling us what we needed to do, and we got stops when we needed to. The travel late there at the end, Kylie not touching the ball out of bounds and us getting the ball. I mean, all these little things add up, and it obviously starts in training camp. And so it's awesome to finally, see all that stuff come to fruition and just chip away and grind away at a win. And I don't think anyone was nervous. There was a lot of time left in the game. We play situations in training camp, and we know how much time a minute is, 40 seconds is, 20 seconds is, whatever it is. And so, we just kind of kept our heads down and kept grinding, and that's what it's all about.
Thank you.
Howard Megdal.
Sabrina, congratulations on the win. I'm just wondering, there's a lot of conversation last year over playing the system that you guys were playing. And obviously it was noticeable tonight that there was a lot of connectivity on the offensive end, and it seemed like a fair amount of continuity. You obviously did only a handful of that in person, but you were part of it, and the team as a whole played the system that Walt had in mind both last year and this year. I wonder how much you think that contributed to the way you guys were able to play tonight on the offensive end.
I mean, it was everything. Coming in as a first-year head coach and implementing a new offense and, winning 2 games last year, he could have quickly not believed in himself, not believed in, the system that he put in place here. And he could have changed that up quick. But I think it shows a lot about him and his character and how much he believes in the people that he's bringing here and the people that he has here to execute this offense. And it's fun. Everyone loves playing in this offense. You make reads, you become a better basketball player in this offense. And so it's really fun. And it's also awesome to just see how he gives us so much capability to read and react. And he doesn't really tell us where to go and how players are supposed to do what. I think it's really just becoming a better basketball player, and his belief in us. I mean, obviously it shows we're playing better basketball than we were yesterday, and tomorrow we're going to be playing even better basketball. So every day just getting better and focusing on what we can control.
Thank you.
Last question, Christina Williams.
Hi, Sabrina. Christina Williams again from Girls Talk Sports TV. My final question for you is, tomorrow Kobe Bryant will have his Hall of Fame presentation. Can you just give us your overall thoughts about that and what his legacy meant for you?
Yeah, no one's more deserving. I'm excited to get down there and watch it, be with, family and friends, and being able to just watch his legacy live on through all of us, everyone that was close to him, everyone that he touched. It's amazing to see how that's going to continue to live on, and young girls, boys, people everywhere. And so I'm super excited to go and see that, no one's more deserving. He deserves it. And I'm so happy for him.
Thank you, Sabrina, and congrats on your win.
Thank you.
I got one more minute, and I'm actually going to go to Ben Pickman.
Yeah, what do you make about Michaela's performance tonight? Did she surprise you in any way? And what did she bring for you guys?
She was an absolute killer. I've played against her for many years in the Pac-12, and I am so happy that she's on our team. I think the composure that she showed, the grit that she showed, she came in hitting big shots, getting to the line, getting to the basket, and it was absolutely amazing. And I'm just so happy that she's on our side and not on the other side, and super happy to be playing with her. And she's only going to get better. What we see in practice every day in these games, sky's the limit for her. And I'm excited to just learn from her and her learn from me and the rest of the team.